Hey guys, so I'm really pumped and excited today, obviously. If you saw my previous video today, I just booked my top surgery. So I figured it would be a really good opportunity to go over ways that I prepare for surgery, which I've been preparing now for like a month and a half, maybe even a little longer, but I was sick for some of it. One of those ways that I do that is by working out. I started, except for yesterday, working out at home purely because I was feeling so dysphoric and concerned, but after lots of research and YouTube help, I was able to put together an outfit that allowed me to go to the gym yesterday. The routine that I'm going to go over today, once I start doing that, is going to be a routine that you can absolutely just do at home. I'm going to sort of leave out the other things that I do when I'm actually at the gym itself. But we're going to start with talking a little bit about how scary it is actually to go to the gym for a trans person. Honestly, this was not something that I considered at all when I was deciding to transition. After I came out as a trans man, I don't know why it didn't occur to me, but it just didn't. I mean, you have the fear of the dressing room and being even allowed to use the dressing room, and obviously being able to pass. The gym is a rather social environment for a lot of people. I do tend to keep to myself, but I know a lot of people like to have gym buddies or go, and either way, especially when you're doing weights, as a dude, there's all these other guys around, and I was obviously concerned as well about weight itself physically, just because I'm obviously not going to be doing exercises on the level that most likely a cis guy is going to be doing. Currently, right now, I'm working majority with, for free weights, I'm working with 15-pound barbells, except for one exercise, I'm still stuck at 10. So one of the ways that I prepare to be able to go to the gym or even to feel comfortable when I'm working out is to find a way to handle my chest and bind and everything. So what I ended up doing is luckily finding out that Underworks actually has a company that works with them that makes these compression sports bras. I have a really big chest, so it's really hard for me to be able to bind. So I'll show you quickly here. So they are like any other sports bra except a little bit longer, like a tank. Right now I have 2 of them on, and it makes me pretty flat. Actually, almost like flatter than when I'm wearing my usual binding, but it's definitely not as comfortable as my binding, which already is not comfortable, so I really don't feel like doing it every day. But in terms of working out, I'm starting to get used to it. So basically I just put them over my head and sort of like, stuff them down there. And at that point, the next thing I wear are men's black shorts. So these are, well, I don't know if you can see this here, but they're the Champion. They fit me well. I'm wearing tight boxer briefs from Bonds right now. With that, I'm able to wear my prosthetic and keep it primarily in place. I haven't had a situation where it's fallen out, so that is important because but then again, I'm not somebody who likes to do squats. If you do squats, I would definitely worry about that. The shirt is where the magic happens. I honestly can't recall whether these are Fruit of the Loom or whatever, but basically you want to actually get a solid color that is going to be more fitting to you, which will allow you to show off your shoulders. That's actually what's going to make you look flatter. I don't know if you can even really see. I know there's a glare, but I really do look basically like I just have sort of like big pecs, and I can handle that. So now more into the workout. So why I started to work out, as I said, I'm preparing for surgery. My workout is a core-based workout. I am not a fitness instructor. I want to say that right now. So any advice you take from me, I don't want to say take it with a grain of salt because I've done a lot of research, but I'm not a professional. So I just want to put that out there. But what I did was I basically went onto YouTube and just Tumblr and searched around for different chest workouts that you can do from home and core workouts that F2M guys were doing, as well as cis guys, and I sort of put together something that I thought I could do at home, easily work up to, and to build muscle. My main focus, as I said, for my top surgery, is my chest, my shoulders and arms, and yeah, I care, somewhat about my abs at this point, just because I really am not going to wear binding, certainly not up top, once I have surgery. So I want to make sure that I feel at least as comfortable as I can with my midsection, which has always been sort of a problem area, and trying to get rid of my hips. So my workout is designed to try and help me burn fat as well as build muscle, and it's already working. If you were following along on my Instagram or my Snapchat, you can see that, when it's hard to tell because I'm wearing the shirt now, but when you can see that my traps are starting to really build up, especially when I flex. It's definitely making me look broader. So, yeah, I would say that working out is a really big part of my transition. For me, it allows me to be connected to my body, to feel like I'm in control. It helps me to acknowledge that I'm working towards a greater goal here, and just working on making myself feel more comfortable. And it's a really great way to use up all this energy I have from testosterone, as well as just anxious energy in general. It certainly builds up endorphins. So, okay, we're already at 7 minutes, so I'm going to start going over this workout. I'm going to take you over here. This is normally all filled with cat toys. So, the first thing that and I hope that you guys can all see all of this, first thing that I start with is push-ups. I do 3 different types of push-ups. So, 1, I do standard push-ups. I do 50 of them. Make sure that you can get as low as possible, keeping your arms parallel and your back as straight as possible. I do not do assisted. The next type of push-up I do after I do 50 of those, which is usually in a set of 30 and 20, is I do what are diamond push-ups. So those are what are going to really build up your shoulders. So you want to make literally a diamond with your hands on the ground. And the same thing as a regular push-up. You will feel the difference that it's mostly carried in your shoulders and your upper back. And the third push-up I do is the Spider-Man, which might be hard to get on camera. One of my friends recommended me to do this. It is incredibly difficult, and I can only do 6 of them, 3 on each side. So the Spider-Man push-up actually works your pec muscles individually, so they're great. So you basically go into a regular push-up, and you're going to lift up your leg to the side, sort of at an angle, and push down. I was moving my legs a little bit further up than I normally would, just so that you can see. So other than that, I do 150 sit-ups. So, not sit-ups, excuse me, crunches. I actually have scoliosis in my lower back and a lot of back pain, especially with the binding, so I tend to just do crunches. The key to crunches is to really get your shoulder blades to lift. The only unfortunate thing is actually it makes me super aware of my chest because my chin is actually touching my chest at that point. But they are good also for this core area here. The next thing I do, I'm going to move you. I do a couple leg things. So the first thing I'll do are these sort of leg lifts. And I just do about 10 of these on either side, like so. And I also do, it's really hard to see with my hands, I do basically a laying down version of the bike for about 2 minutes, just really pedaling here. And if you don't put your hands to assist your back, which you can do if you have a lot of back pain, that's what I used to do, you're really going to feel that in your stomach, your whole ab region. So after that, I do my version of a vinyasa flow. I really like yoga. It's really good for your core. So I'm going to attempt to show you what I do here. True vinyasa, you're like, it's a fluid motion of standing into downward dog, and then I believe scorpion. I'm not a master on these names. I was actually having an argument with another yoga buddy about them. Someone can definitely correct me. So what I do is I actually start in children's pose, and from there I push up into a downward dog, making sure that my legs are flat, trying to pull in my stomach, and I hold there for as long as I can, and then I just exhale into scorpion and hold. Basically, it's like as if you're proudly pushing your chest out from a plank position. Excuse me. From there, I do 40 jumping jacks, which I'm not going to show you because I'm assuming that you know really what jumping jacks are. You're all very intelligent. I'm sure you've all been to some form of gym class, probably against your will. At least I was. So after that, I get right into weights, which is the exciting part. It's definitely my favorite part after I do all that cardio. So I'm working with Spree dumbbells. They're great. They're rubber. They're comfortable. My names here are not going to always be necessarily technical, so do forgive me. As I said, I'm not a professional here, but I do what I call, I'm going to actually move you back a little bit. I call these like eagle wings. So I start here from a slightly standing position, and I'm just lifting them up and down to the side, working my triceps and biceps. From there, I go to what I call to the sky. I'm going to have to move this. At this point, with the 15 pounds, most of mine reps are of 5 or 10 with the biceps. Certain things are just of 5, so I'll do, try to do 2 sets of those. I really just started with these 15 pounds, so, but I do what I've called to the sky. So I just pair myself straight up and down here. These are all working, the basic same muscles that I told you is my goal. From there, I go to curls. I usually do 2 reps of 10 for the curls, just pulling them up, slowly feeling the burn here. And I will, of course, take breaks within my reps, usually between 20 and 30 seconds. It's really important to give your muscles a rest and making sure that you are able to do the exercise fully. The next thing I do is what I call cross body. So I basically take the weight in my hands from each side of my body, start up here, and do sort of a body twist. Try and also bring my abs into it. You can certainly feel them here. I think these are your obliques. Again, not professional. Used to play a lot of sports, trying to remember it all. And then on the other side as well. From there, I get to the ground again. So I'm going to do dumbbell flies. As I mentioned earlier, there's an exercise that I need the 10 for. That is the dumbbell flies. I have not yet mastered them, so I do not want to move over, but lay down here, nice and flat. Make sure that you have room for your arms to extend level on either side. And I'll start basically from a curl position, which was actually recommended by a bodybuilder in a video that I watched. Pull them up to the sensor here and do 10 of these, never putting the bells onto the ground. I never really understood why he said he doesn't do that, but he doesn't do that. From there, I will do to the sky from the floor. So for that, I'll actually switch back to the 15s. Like this. Just trying to keep myself really centered. like that. Okay. From there, I'm going to be moving on to my knees. Sorry if that went a little dark for you for a minute there. So, what I do, I call them pickups. I honestly have no idea what you would call this. But this is actually one of my favorite exercises. So, kind of one at a time, take the barbell and curl it. Here I do 10 reps of these on either side. Feels good. Obviously, I'm not going to do all this now or we'd be here for hours. From there, I usually do some plank for about, 10 to 20 seconds. Get those arms nice and straight. Pick yourself up and hold yourself here for a little bit. That's really working out your core there. I can feel it basically in my chest, in my abs, in my shoulders, in my biceps. From there, if I have the time and the energy, I will I'm lucky, I live right across from the beach, so I'll go for a nice walk on the beach, get, a lot of torque in that, and otherwise, if I'm at the gym, from there I will do the row machine. I think I was at like 67.5 pounds on that. The chest press, I believe I was like 35.7. I'll do, 2 reps of 5 for each of those. And then I'll hop on actually the recliner, the recumbent bike. Because my NDPH and the vestibular neuritis that I had that led to it, I get motion sick, like super motion sick. So unfortunately, I love the treadmill, but can't really do that anymore. So I just do the recumbent bike, and I just really up the resistance. I put it up to 7, and I do about 15 minutes of that. And between all of that, you're looking at about a 40-minute to an hour and a half workout, depending on whether you add in the machines. Obviously, don't hurt yourself. Use whatever weights are appropriate for you. If you don't like a certain exercise or it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Basically, if you're worried about form, I was worried about form and making sure that I do things right so that I don't hurt myself. Again, YouTube, incredible for videos for that. You can actually look at professional bodybuilders, which again is where I got all this information. But yeah, that's my workout. I work out every day. Every day that I can. Basically, obviously, if I feel like crap with my NDPH, that I might possibly not work out. But usually, at minimum, I at least do my push-ups and my plank to feel good and get the blood flowing and just keep building up this chest, because I'm trying to build these pec muscles so that way I can, look and find form faster than if I didn't have any muscle there, and make it a little bit easier for them to cut. So far, I've dropped a pant size. I can still fit sort of in the bigger ones, but yeah, it feels really good emotionally and physically. I can see the change, and if you keep it up however much you can, then it's really going to help push you forward towards your goal. So yeah, that's my workout video, and enjoy exercising, and I hope you feel really good. Take care.